What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, great to see you here. Sincerely, I do appreciate you guys watching these videos, so I hope they help. Today, guys, what we're digging into is we're going to be talking about owner financing, why someone would owner finance a rental property. So why do landlords owner finance rental properties is really what the topic is today. I'm going to give you 3 specific reasons, and this should give you a high-level understanding of why people do this if you're not familiar with this. So basically, you guys all understand a traditional purchase of a house. You go out there, you buy a house, you get a mortgage from the bank. In owner financing, you are the bank. Essentially, you're the one providing the loan for the person that you're lending the money to buy the house. If you own a house, you can owner finance that house, meaning you can be a private bank and carry back the paperwork, and you carry the note, and they owe you a payment stream over the coming years, whichever type of agreement that you came across on how you wrote up that note. So let's look at a scenario here, which is probably a very common one for a lot of people, which leads them into owner financing and the owner financing side of real estate investing. They start building their portfolio. They usually start out wholesaling or flipping houses, get financeable, start closing on properties, do a burst strategy. They start building up their rental portfolio, and then they max out their financing. They cap themselves out. They can't get any more loans, nor even if they could, they don't have enough money to even control these properties. So believe it or not, guys, not every burst strategy, you're pulling money out, you're putting money in your pocket, or you're getting all your money out. A lot of times you're still leaving quite a bit of money in these properties. A lot of investors are leaving $10, $20, $30,000 on a property, even if they do it right sometimes. So what happens is if you run out of money, your business flattens. So if you have no money, for one reason, you can't scale. For 2 reasons, what happens is certain properties start turning over and you have a lot of expenses coming up. So these are 2 different things that can cause a need to bring cash in on the front side. So let's say over here, I have a house right here. Great drawing, right? Little $150,000 house. What if I have that house right there as a rental property? What can I do with this property? Let's say I owner finance this property and I take 10% down. What would that be, guys? 10% down. $15,000 coming in, right? What if I had 5 properties I did this with, 10 properties I did this with? What if I did this with 10 houses and I brought $15,000 in a piece from those 10 houses? I still have the property under control because I'm now in a different position. We're going to talk about this, but I just brought $150,000 of working capital cash in on the front side of the business. Now, what can you guys do with $150,000 extra cash in your business right now? How many more properties could you go out there and control? How much more money could you spend on marketing to generate more leads? So the one reason that people do this, guys, is they run out of money and they need to free up some working capital. Now, in the middle bullet point right here, number 2, it says cash flow control. So even though you're not renting the property to create cash flow, when you owner finance the property, you're going to have a promissory note with the person that's going to borrow the money, and it's going to specify the terms, and you're going to have a payment stream that they're going to owe you. And this payment stream, if you own the property free and clear, 100% goes to you. If you have an underlying mortgage on it and you sold the property on a wrap mortgage, you're going to create the difference, the spread between what you owe your private money lender or the lender that you borrowed the money from to buy the property in the first place. And they're going to have the spread between what you sold the property at and the payment stream that's owed to you. So there's going to be a gap right here. This could actually be bigger than the monthly cash flow that you have on your rental properties. Not always, but it can be. So you're still in a controlling cash flow position. So you're starting out by bringing capital in the front end. You're not hurting your cash flow position, but this is the big one right here on the back end. When you're a landlord versus an owner finance investor and operating as a private bank and a lender, what's the difference when an HVAC goes out or plumbing issues happen, or anything major happens on the property? If you're a landlord, you pay that big expense. You're paying for the roof. You're paying for the water heater. You're paying for these things, right? But if you're lending the money and you're an owner finance investor and you sold the property on owner financing, you're a private bank. So if an HVAC goes out, that person owns the property, not you. Plumbing issue, they own the property, not you. Just like how if you bought a house from a bank right now and your HVAC goes out, does the bank fix this or do you fix this? So these are the 3 big reasons that you should think about if you have a number of properties right now, guys. You can free up working capital on the front end, still continue to control the property in a different way through cash flow. And if the property doesn't start producing as far as that person not paying, it's a little bit different process. Instead of an eviction, it's a foreclosure. But a lot of times you can handle this behind the scenes in a quick and easy way. The last reason is you're avoiding a massive back-end expense on the back end. So if you bring working capital on the front end, your business can grow faster. If you're avoiding expenses on the back end, you don't have a boat anchor hanging you down, always wondering if your bank account is as big as it actually is, and you're still controlling cash flow in the middle. This is why you see a lot of investors go from landlords to owner finance investors later in their career as they understand this. Now guys, if you like this video, guys, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. If you recognize this logo on my hat, you probably see it all around the internet, all around the world right now. This is our eXp Realty Wolfpack revenue short organization. We're one of the most successful organizations in the world right now, guys. If you're interested in looking at an agent team that also focuses on investing at eXp Realty, contact me, guys, in the description below. I have my phone number down there. All you have to do is text me and say, Connor, I want a one-on-one sit down with you to look at what it looks like to join your Wolfpack revenue short organization. I want to find out about all the tools, training courses, resource systems that you've created on top of what eXp is providing. And I'll see you on Zoom. Other than that, guys, you guys have a great day. I'll see you on the next one.